Good day everyone, welcome to my channel. Cutting a simple straight skirt with darts. The measurements to be taken is the waist measurements, the hip measurements, and the skirt length. Items needed for the making of the skirt is the fabric, the scissors, measuring tape, tailor's chalk, and the hip rule. The hip rule is optional. For us to start the cutting of the skirt, we need to consider the measurements, the waist, the hip, and the skirt length. The waist measurement will be divided into 4 with the addition of 2 inches. The 2 inches is for sewing allowance and the dart allowance. The dart we are going to be putting is from the waist 4 inch down. So the skirt for the waist we are going to be using 32 inches divided by 4, which is going to give us 8 inches. Then we are to add 2 inches to it for the sewing and the dart allowance. For the hip measurements, we are also dividing it by 4. We are dividing the hip measurement by 4 plus 1 inch sewing allowance. That is, if the hip is 37, we divide 37 by 4, which is going to give us 9.25 inches, then plus 1 inch sewing allowance. The skirt length should also be considered. The skirt length here for the calculation we are going to do is 22 inches. We are going to add 2 inches more to it for the hemming allowance. So for you to get a proper skirt with the darts, you need to consider both the measurement and the allowances to be added to it. If the allowances are not well added during your calculations, just as the waist, which we are going to add the darts allowance, if it's not well added, or if you do not add that allowance before taking the darts, it will affect your measurements. So whenever we are cutting the skirts, we should take note of the darts allowance, the sewing allowance, the hemming allowance, the length, the hip measurement, and the waist. Then we are going to, for you to get the hip measurement, the proper placement for the hip, minus the 2 inch waistband from the waist down to the hip, without waistband we take 6 inches, but plus the waistband we are going to use 8 inches, depending on the kind of band you are using. Depending on the band you're using. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.